This video is about the MODBUS feature that's been added to the CVO-5 and 10. To start with, you'll see there's a new settings option button down here for MODBUS settings. That's the only change on this screen from the current version -11. This is version -12, as you can see here, 00-02-12. When we go into MODBUS, we'll see that we have our 5 different options here. We can change the slave ID, which is just a numeric entry, oven ID, numeric entry, and it tells you the limits up here on each one of these. The interval, basically 300,000 milliseconds is 5 minutes. And what this means is how frequently it broadcasts things like the temperature and vacuum. These two buttons are intertwined in the sense that for the data output is used to actually send information to a slave device on the MODBUS that's plugged into the control, the oven, and the remote control allows that remote device to actually change the set point for the temperature and send the an external vacuum reading to the control to show on the front panel. What you'll notice here is that you can turn the data output on and off by itself, and if it's on, you can turn the remote control on and off by itself. However, if you want to use remote control, you have to have data output on. So if you shut off data output, it's going to shut off remote control. When the opposite's true, if you want to use the remote control and you turn that on, it's automatically going to turn on data output because it needs it as part of doing the remote control. With just data output on, if you go back to the home screen, you won't see any difference. Basically, it's just outputting data in the background. There's no indicator on the front panel that tells you anything about that. However, if you turn on remote control and you go back to the home screen, what you're going to see is that the set point is going to be grayed out, and the ability to turn the heat on and off is grayed out and disabled, and so is the timer. These 3 features are expected to be controlled by an external slave device plugged into the control at that point. That's why they're grayed out. Also, the vacuum reading, if there were an external source to read that vacuum hooked up to the K-off on flange on the oven, then it would say external vacuum here while it's in this mode. So you can't look at external vacuum and be able to control the oven from the front panel. You have to do it all from an external slave device. If we shut off the remote control, then we'll see that these light back up and they allow us to do what they normally would.